a question for you. Why do we communicate? What's our goal when we express ourselves, either through the written or the spoken word? What's the communication model and how does it work in the Talmud? I know that I said I would ask you one question and then I turned it into 3 questions, but they're all connected and I'll show you how. I'm sure this has happened to you. It's happened to all of us, where someone is talking to you and you just can't grasp, you can't grok what they want to tell you. You're just not getting them. Or even more frustrating, when you are not making yourself understood to the other person. You're transmitting, but they're not receiving your transmission. I found the 3-part communication model in the writings of the famous Kabbalist and master teacher, Rabbi Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, the Ramchal. It answers our questions of why we communicate and how it works in the Talmud. Here's the model. First part, an idea. Some idea or some problem has caught our interest. You need to figure out something out in your mind. You're seeking clarity. You want to understand the parts of the problem and how they relate to each other. You know that it's a natural desire of our being, of our intellect, to figure stuff out, to know things. There's a push there, a drive. You're working on an idea. Second part, the words. Now that you've worked out your idea and you've got it clear in your mind, you are pink as punch to share it. You're ready to transmit. What's the goal of your transmission? Of your putting your ideas into words? To put into the mind of the other person the same picture of your idea that you have in your mind. You want them to be able to reconstruct your picture, your idea in their own mind. The third part of the communication model is again an idea. But whereas the first idea was in the speaker's mind, the second one is in the listener's mind. However, there's a potential problem. Only as clear as the idea is in the speaker's mind can it be in the listener's mind. The listener, when he reconstructs the idea, can't receive more than was transmitted. If in the speaker's mind the parts of the idea are not delineated well, if the idea is fuzzy in the speaker's mind, what can you hope for? What can you hope for with the listener? Now let's relate that model, the model of an idea, putting it into words to communicate it, and the reconstruction of that idea in the listener's mind. Let's relate that and see how it works in the Talmud. I think many people have the wrong idea of how the Talmud was written. Some people have the image of a court stenographer going into the study halls in the Beit Midrashim and taking down what was saying verbatim. That's not how it came to be, the Talmud came to be. The Talmud is a highly edited text. The great Rav Ashi, the author of the Talmud, with his many colleagues and students, worked prodigiously on every word to put into our minds the ideas that they had in their minds. But they weren't just limited to the words in this word part. The structure they decided to use, that of questions and answers, difficulties and solutions, the dialogue or debate format guide us as we reconstruct their ideas in our minds. So, too, the order of the presentation, how they unfold for us the issues and ideas. Like a good lawyer presenting his arguments in front of the bench, their order of presentation adds to our understanding of what they wanted to tell us. In that sense, their structure and order is part of their words. That's the communication model. So in short, the answer to our original question of why do we communicate is in order to put the idea that's in our mind into another person's mind. If you want to learn how to get the clear Talmud pictures into your mind, go to our website, Talmud Brilliant, which is the hub for this mind and Talmud training. I'm Rabbi Jeremy Fenster. Thanks for watching. And the foundation of all this education is think structures. Make your mind alive. Thank you.